It's a drum throne. Uh-oh. That's what I'm going to sit on today. Yeah. It's a pretty nice pad. These drummers sometimes sit on these things for 4 hours. You know, they take a 5-minute break. That's the name of the song, too, that they call Take 5. It's a break song. We used to play that as a break song. No, I don't think we did. I don't know. I just seem to remember that's what it was for. Today we're going to talk about some spiritual captivity. Maimonides is going to come up maybe, and some of these traditions of men. It's kind of shocking at first to hear this, but God worshipers, what comes to mind there? Well, God worshipers are actually very dangerous, because I want you to think about this before you dismiss it. Everyone needs to leave God behind and seek Yahuwah, our Elohim, by obeying his eternal covenant. Have I now become your enemy by telling you the truth? That's a quote from Paul, Galatians 4:16. The teachers of the God worshipers are trained to disobey the word, and they are taught to deny Yahusha's name. They've accepted another. And there's a quote in Yirmiyahu 16 that says this, quote, "Our fathers have inherited only falsehood, futility, and there is no value in them." Now this is a statement, unquote. This is a statement that are made by the Gentiles that are coming from the ends of the earth. The Gentiles. It's at Yirmiyahu 16. Our confusion stems from the traditions that we've inherited from our forefathers. Our opinions are formed from our youth. This is a quote from Maimonides in a book he wrote called Guide for the Perplexed. He lived in the 13th century. Quote, "Men like the opinions to which they have been accustomed to from their youth. They defend them and shun contrary views. And this is one of the things that prevents men from finding truth, for they cling to the opinion of habit." Unquote. Read your preface. Translators admit replacing Yahuwah's name with a device, Lord, an English word. At Yeshayahu or Isaiah 42:8 it says, "I am Yahuwah, that is my name," unquote. But in their translations, they've replaced it with a device. It says, "I am the Lord, that is my name." Makes no sense. The 1945 Encyclopedia Americana has this to say under the topic God. Quote, "God, common Teutonic word for personal object of religious worship, formerly applicable to superhuman beings of heathen myth. On conversion of the Teutonic races to Christianity, the term was applied to the supreme being," unquote. The Norse, I think I saw one of those guys hanging around here somewhere, they worship the sun using the name God as a personal object of religious worship. And it still refers to the sun in the Germanic languages. God is Gott in German. Being mindful of the origin of the word God, now, this next statement is sure to change some words that we use, like the days of the week and some Roman months. They're named after pagan deities. Exodus 23:13 says this, quote, "And in all that I have said to you, take heed, and make no mention of the name of other mighty ones. Let it not be heard from your mouth," unquote. 2 Timothy 3. Read the whole chapter. It builds and builds. You might have to read it 2 or 3 times to get it. 2 Timothy 3 tells us imposters will prosper in their own deception and deceive others and persecute those who correct, rebuke, teach, and train in right ruling. All Scripture is inspired by Elohim and useful for educating. The translations are the source of the confusion. They're interpretations. They're not inspired. They're interpreting this inspired Hebrew. You hear a lot of people that are saying, don't trust the Hebrew roots. Well, the Hebrew roots are the greatest threat to tradition, because that's what you use to test it with. The edification of the body, it means education of the body, involves correction. However, any move towards the Hebrew roots, which, by the way, is the inspired truth, the standard to test everything by, this Hebrew roots is met with great resistance to receive correction. At 2 Timothy 3, Paul refers to the Kodesh writings, or they're also known as Hebrew roots, and that Timothy was trained in these from his childhood. He knows the set-apart scriptures. Yeshayahu 24, they call him Isaiah. Yeshayahu chapter 24 is already unfolding in front of the eyes of the whole world. Earthquakes, objects in the sky, floating around. Thanks for watching, and Baruch haba b'shem Yahuwah. I love you. Bye. That was just to kind of loosen things up.